Good evening, Hofstra Pride. I am Gail Simmons, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Welcome to the 2017 mid-year commencement exercises of Hofstra University. We begin our program with the invocation delivered by Rabbi Dave Siegel.
Almighty God, as we gather here today with our Hofstra family to acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating students, we express our great thanks for allowing us to reach this special occasion. Grant your blessings to the parents, friends, faculty, and administrators that have supported and guided these students each day. Please give our amazing graduates the opportunity to make their dreams come true, the strength and knowledge to help make this world a better place, and the resources to accomplish what we know they are capable of. May these students always be a blessing to everyone whose lives they touch, and may it be your will, merciful God, that these students and all of us always bask in your blessings of health, happiness, and peace. And finally, please make sure they always remember they have a home at Hofstra University. Amen.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Emily Garner, class of 2018, who will perform the national anthem and our alma mater. The words to the alma mater are on the inside front cover of your program. Will everyone please remain standing until the performance is complete? Please be seated. I now have the great pleasure of making some very special introductions, beginning with 3 representatives from the Hofstra Board of Trustees. Trustee Arthur J. Kremer, Trustee Janice M. Meyer, and Trustee Donald M. Schaefer. Please allow me to introduce the Deans of Hofstra University. Herman A. Berliner, Dean of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Evan W. Kornog, Dean of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Warren G. Frisina, Dean of the Hofstra University Honors College. Kathleen Gallo, Dean of the Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. Gail Prudenti, Dean of the Maurice A. Dean School of Law. Sina Rabbani, Dean of the Fred DeMattis School of Engineering and Applied Science. Benjamin Rifkin, Dean of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences and the School of Education. Holly J. Syrup, Dean of the School of Health Professions and Human Services. And now, let me introduce you to our faculty leadership. Representing all the faculty of Hofstra University, the Speaker of the Faculty, Stuart L. Bass. George A. Giuliani, Chair of the University Senate Executive Committee. And William Caniano, Chair of the University Senate Planning and Budget Committee. Representing the alumni of Hofstra University, Kathleen Stanley, Class of 1991, President of the Hofstra Alumni Organization. And of course, the person who leads our university, President Stuart Rabinowitz.
Thank you. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, administration, distinguished guests, but most importantly, the wonderful members of the class of 2017 and their proud families and their friends. It is my honor to also offer my welcome to our mid-year commencement exercises. Now, I don't know what you know about graduation speeches, but contrary to the expectations of some of you, I'm not going to try to use this occasion to reveal to you the secrets of everlasting happiness and complete contentment. I would if I could, especially given how much tuition you paid. But I can't. I cannot. And it's not that I'm not happy. I'm extremely happy. I mean, I'm in my 16th year as president of a great university with the best college students in the entire nation. And I know presidents are never supposed to talk about their personal lives, but I am just saying, personally, I'm ecstatic that after years and years of waiting and pleading and frustration and anticipation, I have finally become a grandfather. So I feel really happy. However, other than having a grandchild, and both you and your families are a tad young for that, I have come to realize that the secret for success, honestly, is different for each one of us, and that we must go on our own path and discover what is fulfilling to us by ourselves. As to giving you advice on other matters, significant life issues, well, I will leave that to our fantastically qualified commencement speaker tonight. So all I will do is offer you some very modest, hesitant advice on what you might do right after this ceremony or by tomorrow. So my first suggestion to you is that you hug and thank your parents and your spouses and your relatives and your friends and the many other people who helped you reach this momentous day in your life. And this is going to be really hard for you to do, I know this. But further, please try to do that in direct contact with the person that you are thanking, and not by Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram. Try to thank them in person. Second, I ask that you express your appreciation to the Hofstra faculty member, or members hopefully, who most inspired you while you were here, and the administrators and the staff who made your journey here a bit easier. Our faculty, our administration, our staff have made the education of young people not just our jobs, but our calling. And for us, an expression of appreciation from a graduate is inspiring and validating. And lastly, before you take the next phase in your journey through life, take a little time to party. Party responsibly. Party responsibly. And ideally, party while wearing your Hofstra swag. This whole commencement is at its core a celebration. And we are here to celebrate the accomplishments and the hard work of the graduates and the sacrifices that have been made on their behalf by family and friends. And we also celebrate the many exciting opportunities, the many exciting future options that all of that work and all of those sacrifices have afforded to the graduates, who today will acquire one of the rare assets in life, which will never, ever depreciate in value, your Hofstra degree. Indeed, we are confident that those degrees will surely increase in value throughout your career. And at the very least, we give you our promise that we will continue to do everything in our power to enhance the stature and reputation of Hofstra, and thus the value of your degree. And so, by far, this is my most important message to you. It's simple, but it's heartfelt. You have earned our congratulations and our admiration. You have worked hard, you have learned well, and you are indeed, as they say, ready to make your mark on the world. And we take pride in you and your accomplishments, and so should you. And so I close my brief remarks, as I have for the past 16 years as president of this great university, and that is by wishing our graduates well. I wish each of you all the success you think you need in life, and all that work and ability earned for you. I wish you the perspective to forgive yourself and learn from the mistakes, because mistakes are inevitable. I wish you the tenacity and the courage and really the very good fortune to someday find a life's work about which you feel passionate, rather than settling for something which neither challenges nor fulfills you. I wish you the very special sense of satisfaction and self-worth that I have learned comes only from using at least some of your talent and some of your energy to help those who are in need. I wish you the wisdom not to forego the love of family and friends in a relentless pursuit of material success. And lastly, and I think this is the hardest, I wish that you not become so preoccupied with achieving some cherished goal on some faraway day that you fail to appreciate each and every day that you have on this earth. The class of 2017 leaves here with our admiration and with our affection. We enjoyed teaching you, and as importantly, we enjoyed learning from you. We hope that you will maintain your ties to your classmates and, of course, to your alma mater. From this day forward, your accomplishments will always be the most important driver of the reputation of the value of a Hofstra education. Please know that you will always be an important member of the Hofstra University community. Hofstra will always welcome you home. On behalf of the faculty, administration, and the staff, I extend to each of you our heartiest congratulations and our warmest wishes for your success and your happiness. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to ask that Trustee Janice Meyer, who was a law student of mine years ago, come forward with her candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, Rita Ciolli.
Thank you, President Rabinowitz. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to introduce Rita Ciolli. Newsday editor Rita Ciolli has dedicated her career to pursuing stories with profound impact, the kind of stories that change public policy and improve lives. An award-winning journalist with more than 4 decades of experience. The 4 decades is upsetting because I knew Rita when she was starting out. I was a baby then, but Ms. Ciolli brings to her work a deep understanding and commitment to Long Island and to reflecting its diverse range of voices, personalities, and issues. Currently, Ms. Ciolli is the editor of the editorial and opinion pages for Newsday, as well as amNewYork. She has been generous with her time, embracing opportunities to share her talents and her insights with the community, including here at Hofstra, where she is often a guest speaker. Under her leadership, the board of Newsday expanded its digital and print offerings and won numerous awards and recognitions. Newsday was a 2013 Pulitzer Prize finalist in editorial writing for its series of editorials about Long Island's response to the devastation caused by Superstorm Sandy and the process of healing and rebuilding. Throughout her career, she's been recognized for her commitments to the values of a free press and social justice. Her career at Newsday began the way many of our students start their professional lives. She had a student summer internship. And after a little detour for law school, her career has really been varied and rich with assignments across many news beats, from media and technology to religion, from the town of Hempstead to the United States Supreme Court, from the Justice Department to the FBI. The insight she has gained over her multifaceted and dynamic career has ensured that her editorial writing is sharply intelligent, nuanced, and perceptive. Mr. President, for Ms. Ciolli's distinguished career in journalism and the impact of her work that it has had on our region, it is my honor to present her to you as a candidate for Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa.
The degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa is awarded to honor distinguished individual for outstanding career achievements and professional leadership, and Rita Ciolli more than meets that standard. Rita Ciolli, for your work as a Newsday editor and as a journalist, for your commitment to a free press and to keeping citizens informed and engaged, and for your many other professional accomplishments, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
I am thrilled with the honor that Hofstra has bestowed on me. It's a wonderful capstone to my career. Thank you all, Hofstra. And I'm privileged to be sharing in your graduation. In my world of media and politics, Hofstra has an outstanding reputation for the role it plays in national affairs, such as hosting the presidential debates in unprecedented number, and its acclaimed study of the American presidency. Most importantly, it's an institution dedicated to educating its students to the values essential for a vibrant democracy. Every day, I meet Hofstra graduates on Long Island, and they are an intricate part of the leadership and the people who are making Long Island the very special place that it is. Actually, I don't give many speeches. I prefer to work quietly behind the scenes. So forgive a little bit of my unpolished nature of my delivery. I'm a print person, so not made television ready. Since this invitation was graciously made by University President Rabinowitz, I've spent a lot of time thinking about what to say. I did so because I wanted to be a relevant speech. I wanted you to listen, and I wanted you to be able to take something away from it. And I have very good reason for that. Because of my two graduations, both speeches were just awful. And I remember very little about them. On my college graduation, the rain forced the ceremony inside, too many people in a very sweaty arena. The speaker was an alum who had just become governor of New York by happenstance. His predecessor resigned, Nelson Rockefeller, to go down to Washington. So Malcolm Wilson was invited to be the commencement speaker. So he returned to Fordham, his alma mater, and he spoke at length about how he loved his education there, particularly studying the classics, and that he knew Latin. And then he proceeded to deliver his speech in Latin. So I'm a little bit ahead of him at this point. Now, my law school graduation took place on a typical spring day in Washington, D.C. That means 95 degrees heat and 95% humidity. And we wore heavy academic robes then. They were like overcoats. The speaker was a very renowned person. He was Father Theodore Hesburgh. He was the president of Notre Dame at the time, and he made it into the institution that we see it now. And he was a leading public intellectual and theologian. But he just went on and on. I was sweating through my new dress. 3 students had already passed out, and I was sure I was going to be the 4th one. I never remembered what he said. So 2 weeks ago, I said, let me see if I could find out what that speech was about. So I accessed the Notre Dame archives online, and I learned that it really was as long as I thought. He had written a special graduation speech, and then he added on to it, and these were little carbon copies of what he had done. He had given a speech in 1953. It was a sermon in 1953, 25 years earlier, about the life of Thomas More. And he just smacked that down on top of the 4 pages of the graduation speech. So if you've seen A Man for All Seasons, if you've read A Man for All Seasons, you know the story. And trust me, the movie is shorter than his speech was about the life of Thomas More. So what do I say? What do I say to you graduates that you'll remember next day, and maybe even next month or next year? So these are 4 little pieces of advice. One is to create your own opportunities. Never be timid, always be confident. Know that you don't have to be in charge to be a leader, and have a mission and purpose for what you do. Let me start with the last point first. This fall marked 40 years continuously at Newsday. 45 if you count the internship that Janice spoke about. I've never really worked anyplace else. So there's something to be said about loyalty to an institution and an institution's loyalty back to you. But I honestly can say there hasn't been a day that I didn't want to go to work. I've put up with idiot bosses, horrible assignments, tough deadlines, challenging market pressures in my industry. It's never been an easy ride. But I always felt that what I did had value, that holding the powerful accountable is central to a well-informed public. Now, I've been in this business long enough to see the many ups and downs of its reputation in public life. Next month, there's a movie coming out about the Pentagon Papers. You've probably seen endlessly bombarded with the trailers for it at this point. It's called The Paper. And it's about the Pentagon Papers and what was happening in exposing what the government was doing in the Vietnamese War. It was a high moment for the profession. Right now, I'm going to make the argument to you that we're in a low point, and that troubles me. But I've seen the cycles. And sometimes every profession needs to have a reckoning about excesses about cults of personalities, about making too many assumptions, about imputing motive with little evidence. But it can self-correct, and we all will self-correct. The delivery of solid, factual reporting is more critical than ever for the news media to keep our public informed and our nation strong. At the same time, it's also important that there's criticism and debate to test all points of view. No news based on facts is fake. Please be clear-eyed and hard-headed about holding your news outlets accountable to the professional and ethical standards that they should meet. But you also must demand in this society that the news media operate in an environment free of fear and free of retribution by the government. When I interview young journalists, I try to discern whether they have a sense of mission, whether they are in it just for themselves. And I think that might be an important piece of advice as you go out to find jobs and meet with people. It may not be every little stepping stone on your resume, but a sense of the passion that you bring to what it is that you want to do and that you really want to do it. Always be prepared for the question, why do you want to do this? Why did you choose this? Remember, there was a famous time that someone was asked why they wanted to be president, and they couldn't give an answer. And it actually diminished Senator Ted Kennedy's career chances to be president. Always have that answer ready. And you have to know it, and you have to feel it inside. Many of you are here tonight because you have chosen the path of giving to others, a career of public service, like many of the educators here on this stage who are passing knowledge on to another generation. Remember, your best goal is to earn the respect of a life well lived. Structure your careers, your life actually, around your passions and your values, and you will be very happy. Another thing I've learned along the way is to make your own opportunities. So I'm going to tell you a few little stories that go along with my points I'm trying to make. In the summer of '74, I was 22 years old. I had just graduated and was working at Newsday as the town of Hempstead beat reporter. 4 on a team, I was the lowest level, I did the grunt work. My assignments were the most basic ones, and they usually appeared in the back of the paper. The front of the paper in those days was focused on what was happening in Washington and the Watergate scandal. So that summer I had a week's vacation. No one cared whether I went or not because the paper was plenty filled with news. So I went to California to visit friends and to see Disneyland. So there I was at a kiosk, and if you know Disney World, Disneyland, it's an artificial environment. There's not much news coming through. I'm buying film, now that dates me, and there was a young man in the booth who had his transistor radio on. That also dates us. And over it came a bulletin. Richard Nixon would resign the presidency at noon the next day. Remember, no internet, no Twitter, no nothing. I couldn't follow this minute by minute of what was happening. And there wasn't a lot of detail even then about how the next day would unfold. Early the next morning, I realized that Nixon would be flying back to California to his home in San Clemente. It wasn't that far away. I was in Anaheim. I didn't know anything about the area. I grabbed a rental car, and I said, there has to be a sign somewhere on the highway for the Orange County Airport. I just drove south. There was a sign, but you couldn't have missed it anyway because there were wall-to-wall cars everywhere for miles from the airport. I ditched the cars. I walked, I ran. I could see the plane coming down, but I was still far away. I kept going. By the time I actually got to see the tarmac, I kind of just went over the side of a barricade. And Nixon was just ready to go into a motorcade. He was leaving. So I looked around, and there I saw on the tarmac was a pilot, full military attire. There was no security then. The airport was totally unprepared for what had happened. So I ran on, and I walked up to him. His name was Ralph Albertazzi, and he was standing alone, not far from the jet, the famous jet you see, United States of America on it, the presidential seal emblazoned. And he seemed stunned. He was just standing there by himself, just looking at everything. So I asked him, where was Air Force One when the clock struck noon that day? And he told me, because he made a point of writing it down. He says, I was near Jefferson City, Missouri. He gave me the longitude and the latitude. What happened at that moment, I asked him. He said he didn't really know. He was in the front of the plane. Richard Nixon was in the back. But he told me what he did. He picked up the phone and contacted the control tower in the airspace that was governing that part of Missouri. And he said, in air pilot term, this is no longer Air Force One because there was no longer a president on board. It had become flight SAM 2700. I never asked him how he picked up SAM 2700, but that was it. And it was a very revealing moment of what had just happened in the country. So next I learned that Nixon was heading down to a local Marine base at El Toro. He wanted to thank the people there who had been so helpful to him when he was president, and he always would go through that base. I drove down the base, determined to find Nixon. I learned the president had gone for a walk on the beach, because the base is on the beach, and as he had had many times before. I couldn't get down to the beach, and they said, don't even try, because he's already left. But I did find the security personnel that had accompanied him. And then they told me it was a short walk. He didn't say anyone, and no one spoke to him. Then one of the military police said in an afterthought, there was something very odd about it all. And I said, what? And he said, Nixon had these very polished shoes, and he kept them on. He walked along the whole beach with his shoes on. And it was a very fitting image for a man who was never quite comfortable with himself. Now I had a story, but I needed to find a phone. Again, you had to go someplace where a wired phone and a place to sit. So I run into the lobby of a Holiday Inn, and I keep calling and calling my office. Can't get through anywhere. All the lines were tied up because it was an amazing news day. I finally get through, and somehow I get disconnected. So I call back, and they were exasperated with me and said, oh, but I'm in California. And they said, yeah, but the president's resigned. And I said, I know, I'm here with him. So I said, whoa. So they got me a top editor. I told them what I had from interviewing the pilot, from the scene I had seen, and from talking about the base. I dictated the story live to someone who took it down on a typewriter. That's again that day. So the next day, my story was on page 3. It split the page with the story out of Washington about Nixon's resignation that was written by the top political writers. And all of a sudden, I wasn't the fourth person on the Town of Hempstead beat in the back of the room anymore. Did I get lucky that day? I surely did. Did I make my own luck? Yes, I did too. So you have to sometimes, don't be afraid to seize the moment and walk into it and just give it a shot. And that brings me to my next point. I got all the congratulations I had gotten for getting the story, and then I quit. Now, there's a method to I had been accepted to law school. I'd even put down the $100 deposit at the time, but was never really sure I wanted to go. And I was doing really well as a reporter. But I was still curious. I felt that I needed to learn more. I still needed to grow. And I said, I should take a detour. I should pause this and see if something else if something else works out for me and what that would do to enhance my career. I also had another reason for going. Even though we were well into the women's liberation movement, it still had taken a long time to kind of filter down to everyday workplaces. I loved politics, I loved government. I had been possible tip about a corruption story in Nassau County. My editor said, no, you can't do that. I said, why? He said, you have to go to this demonstration. There are moms who want a stop sign at a busy intersection. The editor was very excited. He said they were going to block the street with baby carriages, and it would be a great photo. So I said, why me? It's not even in Hempstead. And he said, you're the only woman I have on the schedule for Tuesday. So here that was seen as a story about women with baby carriages, by women, for women, and of course you had to have a woman cover it. It wouldn't make any sense. If you sent a man, you wouldn't waste his time doing something like that. That's when I said, let me try something else. So I walked out, a job most people would have killed for who wanted to be a reporter in those days, and said, I'm going to show them. So I took a detour, I took a risk. And when I graduated from school and I came back, I was a legal affairs correspondent and a government reporter. So 3 years, but I got what I wanted in the long run. I have one more story, but I think it illustrates an important point. Don't think that to be a leader, you have to be in charge. I spent most of my career reporting and writing, and at one point I was asked to join the editorial board to bring some of my expertise to a new arena. Why not? Let me try it. About 18 months into the experience, my predecessor announced he would be retiring. I was the most junior member of the staff. This was a job that opens up very infrequently, and everybody wanted it. I just watched everybody go for all their jockeying, and I went about my business. One morning, I got an early call. Are you going to apply for the job? I said, no, I don't want the job. You should apply for the job. You should apply by tomorrow. So I did. 2 days later, the publisher walked into my office and said I had the big promotion to the top masthead job. So I went from here to there. We all have different personalities. Some people are more aggressive about what they want. But I share this experience for those of you who may be like me, don't always have their hand up first, don't spend the day trying to outfox and outbox the next person. You can be regarded as a very essential member of a team. You can lead quietly without a title and have many, many rewards, and maybe even sometimes you wind up getting that title in the end. There are many paths to your success and happiness. You are heading out in the world at a time in our history where every institution and value seems to be in transition. It's a recurring cycle. We are worrying right now whether those institutions are strong enough to remain in place. In the late 60s and early 70s, the rapid pace of change in our politics and culture had left the nation reeling. There was a mistrust of government and anger over inequality, income, race, and gender. Such an extreme polarization of values made genuine conversations meaningless. Our media in those days, primarily television, was blamed for all that was wrong. The president had an enemies list. There was a rejection of so-called elites. Seething resentments led to a backlash from those who didn't want a more inclusive society. We've been here before. Once again, we find ourselves in an era where there are discomforting uncertainties about what is to come next. I graduated into one of those cycles. You are headed out into another one of them. I am confident that you too will see us return to a more stable time. In many ways, all of this disruption can be a great opportunity, as the usual way of doing things is being upended. Ride the uncertainty to a firmer ground, create your opportunities, take control of your future, be bold. And in conclusion, let me share one more thing about my graduation 40 years ago. It remains one of the happiest days of my life. I can still feel the glow. I can see it in the photos. My family was there. I had the satisfaction that comes with accomplishment. I could feel the promise that was to come. Tonight, I wish you that same happiness. The future is yours. Take control of it. Good luck to all of you.
And now, will the candidates for Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Science Education degrees please stand? It's happening. Mr. President, I have the honor to present those candidates from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, the School of Health Professions and Human Services, the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and the School of Education, and the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, who have successfully completed all requirements for the bachelor's degree. I join with the faculty and the deans from each of the schools and colleges in recommending that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
So before I do that, in general, I'd like to make a special conferral of a degree on one of our graduates tonight who tragically will not be able to join us and to be recognized in the parade of graduates. Mack is to receive a Bachelor of Business Administration this evening, and tragically, he has become extremely ill and cannot be here. But his family wanted us at this ceremony to recognize his incredible accomplishments over these 4 years, and so I congratulate Mack O'Grodnick and his family on the conferral of that degree. One of the things that makes me love my job is that I seriously consider us all one big family. But along with that comes some tragedy, and we're in the middle of that right now. Okay, now this is my favorite part. It sounds very official. So, graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of your deans and the faculty, I am delighted to confer upon you one of the following degrees as appropriate: Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Science in Education as appropriate. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Will the graduates please step forward to be recognized? Your names will be read by Joya Bales, Senior Associate Dean for the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Stephen Costanoble, Senior Associate Dean for Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Mark Oppenheim, Dean of the Center for University Advising, and Karen Spencer, Senior Associate Dean, School of Education.
Graduates of Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Science. Jordan Bagg. Lindsay Zager. Victoria Middlefall. Joseph Hegies. Jacqueline Olakasak. Rose Gould. Janani Subramanian. Hannah Meyer. Nicole Jenko. Gianna Capanera. Nicole Treby. Alexander Kazenza. Jessica Day. Lindsay DeMarco. Nicoletta Sarantitis. Brandy McKenzie. Polak Kamal. Alicia Neveldine. Michael Sorrentino. Ivan Bermejo. Jacob Rodet. Joseph Murphy. Michelle Zarifis. Lillian Smith. Ellen Dark. Christine Kumel. Julia Dea. Jacqueline Burkowski. April Sidarine. David Hirsch. Autumn Fiseski. Andreas David. Matteo Di Stefano, Mark Hendrickson, Janae Robinson, Samantha Rojas, Zafir Yi, Anthony Serda, Jonathan London, Alec Mantia, Mishak Ashun Adi, Alyssa Moletas, Sharon Shudrow, Genesis Lopez, Ashaka Juveri, Ryan Chesla, Elby Ing, Catherine Tothick, Anisha Chaudhry,
Danielle Fissen, Mikhaili Cruz, Nicole Lentini, Lindsay Bresci, Richard Bison, Viviana Valverde, Fatima Parwana, Amanda Skeen, Mengxuan Wu, Marissa Zubia, Albert Rutecki, Marina Reggioli, Jennifer Vilka, Annabelle Vargas, DeLacy Olea, Sylvia Monroy, Nicholas Manusas, Ronnie El-Sadani, Danielle Miklas, Jared Janorio, Katrina Lee, Nana Mansa, Natasha Rapazzo, Eileen Miranda, Albert Park, the graduates of the Frank G. Sarb School of Business, Paul Romano, Alon Avgi, Samuel Dubois, David Duran, Douglas Hale, Stephen Barnard, James Thomas Callahan, Gamze Kaya, Serena Perner, Ashley Guan, Elizabeth Reed, Stephen Levy, Nicholas Sattel, Nicholas Ganji, Ryan Stengel, Andrew Foster, Thomas Nasinovich, Ryan Thomas, Asaba Sayira, Fnu Abdul Rab, Lauren Wakarna, David Chandler, Austin Ratati, David Lipsky, Zachary Orellis, Naomi Mendoza, Lauren Farmer, Carolyn Gubel, Lindsay Glazer, Nira Duki,
Heriberto Velez, Catherine Sesciano, Matthew Frank Maggio, Jonathan Olson, Rena Wu, Roman Rivera, Nicholas Albarracin, Tara Capri, Gabriella Tarantino, Jessica Licio, Jiazi Chen, Heo Chi, Yujia Jia, Deirdre Holloman, Kazia Shears, Gianna Rojas, Samantha Hansen, Kizar Afzal, Lily Lee, Ronald Umatambo, Kevin York, Jamin Stewart, Kevin Anderson, Justin Brock, John Fraser, Pooja Jayasingani, Diego Filguera Gomez, Michael Valenti, graduates of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, Audra Thorson, Haley Rosenblatt, Isabella Paula, Thomas Hughes, Alina Gonzalez, Lourdes Carballo, Joy Jones, Conrad Scott, Tabitha Castillo, Matthew Borodinsky, Tian Yun Ju, Hallie Abish, Zion Hall, Alyssa Hirsch, Anthony Leo, Ashley Batista, Xavier Evans, Edward Delaney, Zachary Grinfeld, Christopher Dane, Matthew Sands, Nicholas Baffardi, Remy Love,
Dakar Morris, Joseph Kolb, Carolyn Leonardo, Jessica Hirschman, Cassara McElroy, Jessica Harrington, Nuledi O'Shea, Jared Sweet, Philip Hines, Janice Holloway, Hani Miliani, Priscilla Ferreras, graduates of the Fred DeMattis School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, Kimberly Lewis, Kofi Asante, Matthew Kern, Asan Sandhu, Davinda Kelawan, James Danko, Mark Anthony Minicosi, Rocco Familetti, Christopher Lewis, Patrick Mortimer, Brian Kelly, Benjamin Lacates, Robert Colmer, Daniel Merklin, Marjan Skopanik, Michael Flavoni, Rafal Gozalewski, Bradley Nizyak, Daryl Folks, Benjamin Weiss, Jorge Contreras, graduates of the School of Health Science and Human Services, Jasmine Delva, Zanab Gondal, Sylvie Michelle, Joseph Centrone, Joseph Catone,
Robert Morer, Elena Galassi, Alexandra Filez, Melissa Reeves, Pooja Patak, Haley Pfister, Jana Weinstein, Kristen Costa, Olivia DeMilt, Hosna Ismail Zada, Nathan Chow, Nora Siriani, Jamie Zimmerman, Alexi Diggs, Regina Cerubo, Dornell Henriguez, Brandon Palmer, Hunter Wright, Ariel Semexent, Anthony Zocali, graduates of the School of Education, Elizabeth Voles, Tyler Fleury, Victoria Dempsey, Deanna Weber, Tiana Perella, Sydney Romano, Jennifer Steinberg. Alextra Arp. Christine Vanella. Alyssa Lamberti. Olivia Hatterman. Jacob Brinkman. Emma Vaccaro. Sarah Rubin. Congratulations to all the graduates.
Mr. President, members of the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, graduates, and guests, we take this time to recognize 4 groups of honors students who have distinguished themselves during their academic careers here at Hofstra. The first group of students to be recognized has achieved high honors in their respective majors. Students receiving honors in majors, please stand to be recognized. If you're getting honors in your majors, stand up. Please be seated. The second group of honors students are those receiving bachelor's degrees with distinction. They may be identified by the blue and gold scapular worn over their academic attire. These students are graduating from Hofstra with a distinguished overall grade point average of 3.6 for cum laude, 3.8 for magna cum laude, and 3.9 for summa cum laude. Students receiving bachelor's degrees with distinction, please stand to be recognized. Please be seated. The third group of Hofstra students are Hofstra University Honors College graduates. They may be identified by the Honors College medal and the gold scapular. Will the Hofstra University Honors College associates, graduates, and Honors College graduates with distinction please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Finally, even though we haven't awarded their degrees yet, we would like to acknowledge those students receiving graduate degrees who are graduating with honors. These students have completed their studies with a minimum grade point average of 3.75. Will those students who are about to receive graduate degrees with distinction please stand to be recognized? Okay, so graduate students with distinction, don't sit down. Instead, will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, and Advanced Certificates, please stand. Okay. Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates from the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, the School of Health Professions and Human Services, the Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies, and the School of Education, who have successfully completed all the requirements for the master's degree and advanced certificate. I join with the faculty and the deans from each of the schools and colleges in recommending that you confer the appropriate degree upon these candidates.
We have to stop adding schools. It's getting out of hand.
Oh, we
Anyway,
can do it.
By authority, the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Provost and your deans and faculty, I am delighted to confer upon you one of the following degrees as appropriate: Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science in Education, or Advanced Certificate. Congratulations.
Will all the graduates please step forward to be recognized? Your names will be read by Brian Caligiuri, Senior Assistant Dean in the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Senior Associate Dean Stephen Costanoble of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, Mark Oppenheim, Dean of the Center for University Advising, and Karen Spencer, Senior Associate Dean of the School of Education.
Graduates of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Kayed Asultan, Julie Curdy, Sydney Epps, Patrick Mott. Graduates of the School of Education. Ivana Sanchez, Connie Michaelidis, Lauren Abeni, Ade Tutu Ade Yemi Jones, Melanie Holguin, Melissa Sigana, Alyssa Salveja, Ashley Kilcommons, Andrea Meyer, Bevan Fleming, Olivia Furtman, Maria Moreno, Gina Granger, Ilana Eisman, Nicole Eddy, Jennifer Gold, Jeremy Arndt, Lindsay Renee Hunter, Allison Eckert, Wilhelmina Sainbert, Amy Stein, Donna Brower, Brianne Lizko, Megan Urschel, Victoria Palante, Jennifer Seychelle, Nicole Buffalino, Kira Garrity, Jaquila Lawrence, Melody Torkin, Jenna Politoski, Alexa D'Agrestina, Kevin Eboy Riviera, Caroline Abate, Samantha Prekaris, Alexa Schwartz, Samantha DeAngelis, Simone Sanderson, Alyssa Acerno, Anthony Fremolini, Bartolomus Bertero, Kelly Short, Marissa Greenberg, Tina Abatelio, Daniel Kovler, Douglas Rogers, David Foster Bayer,
Mariti Alongi, Carrie Smurdy, Grace Tobin, Danielle Garrison, Jacqueline Tanazzo, Kelly Keenan, Lori Polanski, Whitney Arthur, Stephen Hodish, Aaron Kelly, graduates of the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Priya Nirwal, Ruiting Zhang, Nicole Chaplin, Arlette Nunez, Frank Annunziata, Thomas Lee, Rachel Toddy, Michelle Morick, Jingjing Ming, Ryan Tremaine, Alex Mangine, Mariah Valva, Max Rodriguez, Andrea Kless, Janine Murphy, Leora Aronoff, Linda Hosford, Rena Martini, Aisha Jacob, Frankie Hamilton, Pierre Mouad, Brendan Parla, Danielle Maselli, Emily Foote, Emily Sharon, Alicia Adams, Kevin Currow, Juan Rada Bayona, Stephen Mauser, Donald Rudolph, Thomas Chakabowski, Gabriela Senderovich, Michelle Campagna, Michael, Joseph Batonti, Matthew Vulpes, Joseph Moranti, Michael Riskiga, Stephen Andrzejewski, Dongshu Wei, Rigang Ma, Siki Li, Jingchen Zhao, Yubing Zhang, Yutong Yang,
Hao Lu, Estefania Maldonado, Tiffany Harvin, Samantha Weiss, Jessica Christian, Sadat Akbas, Nicole Brown, Benjamin Dela Cruz, Rosa Maria Magpante, Christopher Chambers, Natasha Toussaint, Gianna Bartold, Jennifer Jean, Donna Shani, Kian Zhang, Kiaosu Li, Fan Lu, Xuanyan Zhao, Yishi Ding, Terry Dorr, Robert Armelino, James Pace, Nicole Burke, Yile Wang, Xu Fan Hu, Li Gang Sun, Ki Yu Su, Qian Yi Dai, Yu Shan Zhao, Ji Wei Wu, Min Yi Huang, Chao Fan Zheng, Derek Wang, Huao Wei Chen, Bing Wang, Jay Sung, Troy Weathersby, Guan Yi Meng, Yin Zheng Mao, Liang Tao, Yang Zhang, Chao He, Zhao Yao Wang, Di Chen, Jiaohu Lu, Wei Shan Song, Xiao Bu, Xiaobo Lu, Han Yi Chen, Qiu Feng Zhang, Bing Yu Chen,
Lan Yao. Yu Wei Zhang. Graduates of the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. John Grillier. Stephen Holwadell. Diana Ziskin. Ashley Pina. Marluz Shafimakar. Michael Rudin. Gabrielle Resnick. Yiran Wei. Brian Stieglitz. Graduates of the Fred DeMatte School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Max Goldman. Banu Mittal. Graduates of the School of Health Science and Human Services. Alexandra Duchel. Jennifer Resinello. Gina Lagasse. Daylin Wu. Fatima Bangura. Jonathan Weinreb. Mariam Hussein. Lauren Dudian. Kelsey Kirk. Kevin Keenan. Lindsay Heisman. Keisha Sumner. Yannick Cameron. Chantel Davison. Marche Garland. Adrian Singh. Katrina Suba. Brianna Capella. Lindsay Fudem. Odessa Wolford Roberts. Diana Curcio. Akash Pudar. Jasmine Ranu. Ikra Kafayat. Lauren St. Victor. Nadina Horrell. Alicia Williams. Trishtian Dinart. Bharti Sharma. Radith Rajakapo. Vishwaka Singh. Jalene Fasan. Caitlin Shepard. Aurora Linares Aguirre. Marissa Higgins. Bianca Poza. Joan Maria Dabo.
Courtney Mattis. Yun Soo Kim. Kelly Cochran. Emily Smith. Nicole Mosca. Rebecca Ragusa. Shannon Shimrock. Jenna Patuzza. Joanna Capitelli. Shannon Garafola. Heather Park. Carly Siegel. Rachel Signorelli. Mohammed Mahmood. Neil Kumar Vora. Jeff Shutter. Abdalrazak Akapakari. Daniel Eden. Luke Pelton. Hofstra Northwell School of Graduate Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. Sarah Mojaza. Mary Walter. Alexandria Zumu. Luke Ziola. Narifa Aziz. Ashley Singh. Luz Rosado. Noel Balestrino. Megan Gauscher. Nicholas Belowa. Congratulations, graduates.
Stuart, I'm going to introduce Gail from here, and then I sit down and she gets.
Okay. See, by the way,
Yeah. And now, to present degrees from the Maurice A. Dean School of Law, Dean Gail Prudenti, who will be assisted by Julian Koo, Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, and Kevin McElroy, Associate Professor of Legal Writing.
Thank you. Will the candidates for the degrees of Juris Doctor and JD MBA please stand? Mr. President, it is with great pride that I have the honor to present the candidates who have successfully completed all of the requirements for the degrees of Juris Doctor and JD MBA from the Maurice A. Dean School of Law. I recommend, together with our faculty, that you confer the appropriate degrees upon these candidates.
graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of the university and the regents of the state of New York, upon the recommendation of the dean and the faculty of the School of Law, I am delighted to confer upon you the degree Juris Doctor or JD MBA as appropriate. My deepest appreciation and congratulations.
Will the candidates please step forward to be introduced by Dean Koo, hooded by Professor Kevin McElroy, and recognized by President Rabinowitz and myself. Thank you.
Maurice A. Dean School of Law, Tara Elrod. Lori Cooper. Anna Vandahar. Salamawitz Ayana. Just hold on. Andrew Ferguson. Diana Kim. Marielle Colon Miro. Mary Morandini. Hi. Maria Zira. Patrick Archer. Uzoma Nakip. Oh, congratulations.
We now move on to candidates for doctoral degrees. Dean Benjamin Rifkin will present first for the School of Education.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I have the honor now to present to you these candidates who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Education in the School of Education. I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degree Doctor of Education upon these candidates.
Where are they?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Will the candidates from the School of Education for the degree Doctor of Education please stand? These are the candidates about whom I was just speaking.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra and by the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of your dean, the faculty of the School of Education, I am privileged to confer upon you the degree Doctor of Education. Congratulations.
I ask that the doctoral advisors please come forward to assist in the hooding. Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by Karen Spencer, Senior Associate Dean of the School of Education.
Doctors from the School of Education. Dr. Patricia Meehan Reed. Meehan. Sorry, that was Reed Meehan. Dr. Judith Nathan. Dr. Diane Cunningham. Dr. Cindy Lee. Okay. Dr. Gerald Cozine. Congratulations, doctors.
First they stand.
Will the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences candidates for the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology please stand? Mr. President, I have the honor now to present to you these students who have satisfied all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. I am pleased to join with the faculty in recommending that you confer the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate upon these candidates.
By virtue of the same authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and the Regents of the State of New York, and upon the recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, I am delighted to confer upon you the degrees Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Psychology as appropriate. Congratulations.
Will the candidates please come forward to be introduced by S. Stavros Valenti, Senior Associate Dean for Student Academic Affairs, to be hooded by their faculty advisors.
Doctors of the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mika Krakauer. Dr. Melissa Buckman. Dr. Natalia Rapa. Dr. Kimberly Reinstein. Dr. Unai Rabi Zudeh. Dr. Monica Irada. Dr. Althea Barden. Dr. Kyle Hanley. Dr. Michael Itzkowitz. Dr. Christopher Lalima. Dr. Viliana Maleva. Dr. Tanya Illich. Dr. Maria Gashego-Pace. Dr. Maya Williams. Dr. Janice Gossun. Dr. David Mazur. Congratulations, doctors.
How about one more round of applause for every graduate today?
I would now like to introduce Robert Brinkman, Vice Provost for Scholarship and Engagement and Dean of Graduate Studies, who will present the H. Allen Robinson Award for Outstanding Doctoral Dissertation.
The H. Allen Robinson Outstanding Doctoral Dissertation Award was established more than 30 years ago and continues to be awarded annually due to the generosity of the late Professor Emeritus of Reading, Dr. H. Allen Robinson, a nationally recognized authority in reading, who was a chair of the Hofstra University Department of Reading and an interim dean of the School of Education. The purpose of this award is to encourage and honor a doctoral candidate who has submitted an outstanding dissertation worthy of scholarly and professional recognition. I'm pleased to announce that this year's recipient, Josef Sokol, class of 2018, for his dissertation titled Continuous Identity and Acute Psychopathology. Unfortunately, Josef is not here this evening, but we congratulate him on a job well done.
There's you'll see in the program it says remarks, but happily it's preceded by the word closing. So here's my closing remarks. And it really is a tradition that we have to end our graduations that Hofstra has had for decades. So we ask all the people on the platform party to please stand. And we ask the students, the graduates, sorry, you're not students anymore, but you could be a student. You know, you could get another graduate degree if you want. We ask all the graduates to please stand with us. So the focus has been on you, as it should have been, for your accomplishments this evening, but we know that nobody makes it all alone in here or out there, and that you all had help. And we on the platform party would like to join with you if you would turn around, face your family and friends who are in the audience, and give them a big thank you.
All right, graduates, stay standing. Turn around. We have one final order of business. To make your commencement ceremony complete, I ask you to move your tassel from right to left to signify the end of this stage of your academic pursuits. That's right. Let's hear the pride roar. Yes. Following this commencement, there will be a reception for graduates, guests, faculty, and members of the platform party at the David S. Mack Physical Education Complex that is adjacent to this arena. I ask that the audience remain in place until the academic recession has left the stage. Once again, congratulations.